Hey lovelies, thanks for stopping by my channel and welcome to the last Livemas of the year. I am so excited to have you all here with me. We are just going to hang out, chat about goals, chat a little gossip, a little beauty gossip, and just enjoy each other's time here before the end of the year. So if we haven't met before though, my name is Kelly and I'm a professional hair and makeup artist, and here on my channel I strive to keep beauty real honest, real relatable, and real fun. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, don't forget to click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. I see we're already starting the convo in the chat, and I cannot wait to get to give you my 2 cents. I see that Natalia has already been like, hey, I'm going to be driving, but let me just put this right here. Let me just tell you my thoughts. So we will dive into that as well. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who is here. Hey, Anara. Hey, Liz. Sunsere, hey Steven. Let's see who. Oh, Mel, you made it. You were a little early. I love that. That's how I am. I'm usually like that person. It's like sitting in my car 20 minutes even before it's slightly appropriate to go in early. I'm like the early. Hey, Linda. So I also want to give a huge shout out to all of the people who have been watching these live misses after the fact. So anyone who's watching the replay, thank you so much for joining in. You are a big part of this channel and I appreciate you as well, even if you can't make the live miss, because I get that it doesn't work for everybody. So I hope everybody is here just kind of cozy, ready to like hang out amongst friends. It's sort of like, I feel like this is just, that time to grab a beverage, grab someone that you enjoy having conversations with, and, just really talk about like where we've been through the year, where we plan on being in the next year. Obviously, this is somewhat beauty focused, but, we can definitely talk non-beauty as well, because I think we all have goals. I'm not necessarily a resolution maker, but I do sort of like to have like plans for myself, or like those little goals where it's like, okay, here is where I would like to see things go. So that's going to be some of what I'm sharing with you. I did go through to make sure that I knew what my goals were last year. So I wrote down this year's goals, and then I went through and watched last year's video to be able to see what they were last year. It's funny. They kind of coincide a little bit. So we'll chat about that in a little bit. Hey, Deandra, thank you for hopping in. I love seeing you here. We must have Danny in here. I see Deandra saying hi to the Mermaid Queen. Thank you so much for hopping in. Hey, Regina. So I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday. If you are celebrating this year, we had an amazing time. We got to have Jeremy's kids over on Christmas Eve, and then we went to see my family for Christmas Day, which is always fun, but it's, always like, I would say like sensory overload. So I think we were like ready to come like home last night and just like have a chill moment. So, and then I definitely needed some like recuperation this morning. I wasn't feeling that awesome today. So I was like, okay, all of the things that I thought I was going to do, I didn't get done, but I rallied the troops. I rallied to be able to be here with you tonight. So thank you so much for joining in. So I just want to check the chat here. All right. Oh, hey, Tanya, thank you for hopping on. Regina, like that is okay. Like I get it with the holidays, just this time of year. And I think just with schedules being all over the place, everybody's kind of like, I don't even know what day is it. I'm definitely there with you. So I totally understand. All right, so let's chat a little bit. I'm definitely going to get into some of the sticker gate, as I was just calling it on Instagram. But I do want to kind of get into these goals. But as you know, and it's funny. It's funny that Deandra's here right now. But as you know, I always do a giveaway in these live miss. And it's funny because tonight's giveaway, I'll tell you the prize now, and then I'll tell you the how to enter. I'll tell you, you're going to have the secret word later, but tonight's giveaway prize is a $50 gift card to Divina Cosmetics. So you will all get a chance to enjoy a wonderful gift card. I love that Deandra, I don't know if you're still doing the gift card promo, but I definitely took advantage. I took advantage of that promo for myself. And then also I took advantage for one of you. So one of you will be getting that gift card. So I love that the brand decided to offer this gift card promo. And then you can, of course, stack a code on top. So it's like savings on savings, which just means more Divina Sparklies. So I love that. So all right, let's go ahead and talk a little bit. Like I said, if you are here if you're watching the replay, you can totally still enter this giveaway. The people that are here in the chat tonight get a chance to get an extra entry, and anyone who's here, why don't you go ahead right now, just go ahead and drop a star into the comments. I will again remind anyone who pops in a little later, but if you drop that star in the comments right now, you get an additional entry for the Divina Cosmetics $50 gift card, which I will end up just emailing. It's just an e-gift card, so it's super, super easy. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about goals. Right after we talk about, let's talk a little bit about the makeup I'm wearing and the fashion I'm wearing. I am indeed wearing my Lisa Eldridge sweatshirt, although I have to say, I really wish that I'd gotten this a little smaller. I know that this situation is like the fit that everybody loves now is like the big, but I like things a little more tailored. So if I do get another one in the future, I'm going to get like a size smaller. It's just a little bit bigger. It's just a little bit bigger. But for makeup tonight, like I mentioned, I really was not doing so hot earlier today. So I spent most of the day just like laying down, chilling. So to get ready tonight, I was like, all right, I need to make the most of doing the least. That's what I'm calling this look. So this was like a dab of concealer. I just pulled out my Oma concealer. I threw on a Laura Mercier shadow stick. And then this is the Carnival lip pencil and a bit of Velvet Carnival and then like a limited edition Fenty gloss. So I was like, all right, how do I make myself look fresh and put together without doing a lot that I have to wash off later because I'm not feeling those vibes. So bright cheeks, bright lips, I'm here for it. The cheeks are Vivid Azalea from Wayne Goss, of course, because anytime that you see a big bright cheek, it's going to be Vivid Azalea. All right, so I just want to see here. You just got the third gift card. Sneaky, right? It's sneaky because then everybody was like, oh, I only got 2 last time, but I think I need another one. It's like FOMO on FOMO. Hey, Locke, great to see you. So I was actually happy because I think there were a lot of people who wanted to take advantage of the sale and maybe didn't, and then we're like, ooh, okay, I really need to do that, and now I get my chance. So I thought that was great that Davina brought that back. Hey, Christy, thank you for coming in. All right, so I thought what I would do first is go through my goals from 2022 because, like I said, I didn't actually go back and look at these until I had like already written my 2023 goals because I was like, all right, I want to like focus on the future. Then let's take a check-in on the past. Oh my gosh, Natalia, you are so sweet. You are so sweet. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you as well, my friend. Oh, these earrings. Liz, these were like little Stella and Dot earrings. So I'm all about pairing sweats with sparkle. So, you know, I had to do it. Mel, okay, we have to have a conversation. We have to have a conversation. It's a must do. It's a must do in 2023. That's all I can say. Okay, so let's talk about my 2022 goals. Now, I did a video on this in early January, just kind of like sat down, chatted about what I wanted to do. And I also am going to call myself out here, but I want all of you to call me out as well, because I tried really hard to remember, like for some of the things where I was like, I don't really want to get a lot of this. I tried to remember like what I'd purchased, and I think I did okay. But if I'm like off, if I sort of like blacked out and did a purchase that I don't remember, you're all going to have to let me know. Okay, so my first goal of 2022 was to not buy a foundation or concealer until I used one up. And I remember this because I was like, okay, I said this, and then right after I made that video, Salt New York announced their Sneaky Balm. And I was like, I can't not get this. I love a good tinted moisturizer type product. This sounded like a great product that I would like. So I was like, all right, well, what I need to do then is I need to get rid of one of my foundations. I need to go through, because it's sort of like a one in, one out situation. And so I did. I can't even remember which one it was, but I definitely did that. And so I was like, okay, what did I end up getting to decide, like, what throughout the year did I get as far as like complexion products, like as far as foundation and concealer? Because I really didn't think I did a lot, because you know that I have my standbys and I love those, but unless I'm forgetting something, pretty much everything as far as foundation that I got, I ended up loving. So I did get the Sneaky Balm. I do really enjoy that. I've actually been pulling it out again this winter, just as my skin has been getting super, super dry. Hey, Aileen, thanks for hopping in. Oh, hi, Talia. Oh, hey, Talia. Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's nice. We're having a mom and daughter hair moment. I love that. Oh, I just need to take a moment Aileen, I meant to take a picture of your beautiful card and share it on Instagram because this woman has some serious talent. I got her Christmas card and she makes them by hand and they're amazing. I'm like, I need to find somewhere to put these away. Jeremy was like, maybe we could like make ornaments out of them or something, like cut them out. That's how beautiful they are. All right. So let's get back to the skin. So the Salt New York Sneaky Balm I really enjoyed. And then as far as I know, I only purchased 2 other foundations. And I don't want to say only because that is a lot, because I just really don't go through a lot of foundation. Aileen, I know we were kind of talking about that. So I purchased the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation and the Haus Labs Triclone Skin Foundation. And both of those I absolutely love. So no regrets there. But now I just feel like I have all of my bases covered. Like I really can't imagine anything that I could possibly need in the upcoming year, because I love my complexion rescue from Bare Minerals, and that I think is like that perfect no makeup, like just gives a little bit of coverage to the skin. It evens everything out. And then the NARS Light Reflecting and the Haus Labs. So I feel like the NARS Light Reflecting for me is like my fullest coverage. I don't need any more coverage than that at all. It's like quite a bit. Like usually when I wear that foundation, I wear almost no concealer. I might pop a little bit right here just to get, a little bit of brightness on that inner corner. But other than that, I don't need anything. Now, I have to say, out of all 3 of these, the Haus Labs is probably my favorite, just because I think it's a little bit less coverage for me, in my opinion, and I love the finish of it. Like, it just looks like skin. It's gorgeous, and I've just really been enjoying it. I have to say, even that foundation, though, I usually sheer it out with something else. Like, I put the Watermelon Glow dewdrops in it, or even just like a little bit of more moisturizer, just because I like less coverage. But I do really like it. So I purchased 3 foundations. I don't really have any regrets there at all. And I do think that I ended up getting rid of one foundation for each that I brought in, because it's like, okay, how many foundations do you need? So I definitely did okay there. Oh, Danny, I think that you would really like that foundation. I mean, for me, I think it's a bit glowy. So if you don't love a glowy moment, you might want to powder it. But I really like it. Stephen, I did not buy Lisa's foundation. I tried it. I tried it several times. It's pretty. I find the first time I wore it, I felt like it looked a little bit dry on me, but maybe I just had really dry skin. I like it, but you know what the funny thing is? I do think that the Haus Labs one is close enough to me for a lesser price. I just don't see myself needing Lisa's foundation. Honestly, like for me, I'm like, if I'm going to spend that money, I'd rather buy other products from Lisa. So I did try it, but I didn't buy it. Yeah, Aileen's like, Lisa is not worth it. It's good, but there are better ones. I agree. I think it's very nice. Like, it just wasn't overwhelmingly wowing for me. Linda, you had trouble figuring out your shade. I know that a lot of people did, because they use the classic, like, is it MAC or Makeup Forever NARS? Somebody that uses basically where it's like giving you the color, like it's like opposite, basically is what it is. So it's definitely helpful to be able to go in store. Honestly, what I would do if you are still really interested is to look on the Haus Labs website, because they had pretty good descriptions and great models. Like, you got to see the models, you get to really see what it looks like on the skin. So then you can also pick a model that's like close to what you are. But for most people, like, cool is as in like yellow leaning, and warm is more like pink or red. So, and then of course, like neutrals kind of down the middle. Oh, Amanda, you love the Lisa's foundation. I know a lot of people really love it. Yeah, seriously. I mean, shade choices, I think for a lot of people do get very overwhelming. Oh, Stephen, that surprises me that you're like in between shades, because I felt like there were a lot of choices, but everybody has like different skin tones. Okay, so talking about concealer, I as far as I remember, I only purchased 2 new concealers this year, which for me is, like, incredible. And I know that I said, like, I have so much concealer. I went down a concealer buying rabbit hole last year because it's one of my favorite things because I really like to have not much foundation on, but then, like, really have a lovely concealer. So, the first one that I got was the Lancome Tenti Dole concealer, and I really do enjoy that concealer. It's just like a good all around, doesn't really crease, brightens up areas. I pretty much used it mostly for under eye, but did do some cover up as far as like blemishes go. The other one that I got, and this is the one that I was so excited to try, is the Kosas Revealer Concealer. The one, it's actually got like a huge long name, but everybody calls it the Revealer Concealer. Here's the thing, I tried that on and I knew that the shade was like slightly more olive than what I wanted, but honestly, and I don't even think I talked about this in a video, I did actually end up taking it back because not even the shade, I just felt like the formula wasn't what I was looking for. I don't know what it was. I just kind of felt like it broke apart a little bit. I like a light coverage. I'm totally fine with a light coverage. But this one was like, it was a lot of coverage until you like dabbed it around. And then I felt like it was like breaking up. I don't know. It wasn't my jam. And I was like, I was so excited to try this, but I just have other concealers that I love more. So I did end up taking it back. So, you know, that's one that just kind of broke my heart. So I didn't do too bad there. I bought 3 foundations and a couple concealer. So I also said, and you'll find that a lot of my goals from last year were like, let's not buy this. Or if you buy this, you have to pull one out because I had done a lot. I had done a lot the year before. So I talked about my mascara collection and how I felt like I have so many mascaras just from buying a bunch, getting a lot as like free samples or gifts with purchases. And I have so many in my drawer over here that I was like, you don't really need anything. I said, unless I use up my holy grails, which at that point were the Bite Beauty Upswing Mascara, RIP. And I talked about the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black. So the only mascara that I remember purchasing this year, let me know if I'm wrong, but the only one I remember doing is the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara, which has now become one of my top holy grails. It's not as volumizing as the Bite Beauty, but you really can get a beautiful lifted look. So other than that, all of the mascaras that I went through this year, I did go through, I think, both tubes of my Bite Beauty. Can I just say though, because I talked about buying it last year in the Black Friday sale. And I'm pretty sure that Bite, you know, obviously they knew they were going out of business. They really weren't manufacturing anything because I feel like both of my tubes dried up pretty fast. And so I'm kind of wondering if it was sort of like old product. But everything else that I've been using is just from my stash in here. So I did purchase something recently, but I used points from Ulta. So I don't think that counts. But I haven't shared that yet. I'm excited to try that. That'll be for like my upcoming drugstore video. So the other thing that I had said was no lip gloss until the spring, which like, you know, no, I was like, no lip gloss for 3 months. But the as far as I can remember, the only actual lip gloss that I purchased this year was the lip oil from the House Labs, like when they were selling everything on Amazon, the House Laboratories brand. I bought the PhD lip oils, the PhD lab lip oils, which I was like, I love these. They're awesome. And it is the same formula in the new House Labs brand. So I feel like we have House Laboratories and then the rebrand became House Labs. So it's the same and I love it. And so I feel pretty good. That was enough for me. I have so much lip gloss and we all know that it goes bad. So I was like, slow your roll, Kelly. All right, I'm going to kind of just check on the chat here. Oh yeah, everybody's. Yeah, Stephen, like I think that you are sort of like me where you ended up getting some gifts with purchase, some different random things. And then of course I gave you that sampler set so you could try a few things. So, you know, I feel like it's easy to get carried away with getting the little ones. And then, you know, something new comes out, we want to try it. And it's like, oh, I still have all these others. And if you've watched any of my empties videos, I think I had 2 or 3 samples of mascara that I opened up and were like dry because they'd just been sitting in my drawer for so long and that broke my heart. So I definitely, Definitely was like, well, dang it. So now I'm realizing like we need to like cut back on the mascaras. Oh, Linda, this makes me so sad. You must have because I think you said that about another mascara too. Also, I do have to say for all of you, I'm going to pull it out right now. Let's talk about this because I was talking to someone else. So the first time I used this mascara, this is the Make Waves. The first time I used this mascara, I was like, I like it. It's good. But then when I read the instructions and used it the way you're supposed to, I really love it. So you're supposed to, let me find the white spot here. Okay. So you're supposed to use it scooped like this and go through your lashes with like the spoon, if you will. And then you're supposed to turn it and then use this side. So I don't know if you did that, but I definitely found that that gave me a lot more lift as well. But I'm assuming if you have issues with like drooping, you maybe need like a formula that starts out just feeling a little bit more dry and something that's not so wet. So that's one of those things. Oh, I think we were talking about a tubing mascara that you said makes your lashes droop, and tubing mascaras are definitely more wet. So you might need like a drier formula. Okay. So let's see, where else was I? Okay. So this one I feel pretty darn good about. So I had said no skincare. Because if you all know, my skincare collection is real. It is real right now. And I've been really trying to like pare it down. So of course that means anything but like, you know, anything that you need to repurchase, right? So I did for the first time purchase the what is it? What brand is that? The Pharmacy Vitamin C, the waterless vitamin C serum, because I used up my Paula's Choice, which I love both of those. So I did buy that, but I needed one. And then the only other skincare that I bought that I remember is the Youth to the People superfood cleanser. I did buy one of those in the sale. And that's actually almost gone. But then I'm like, you bought this new cleanser and you have so many cleansers in your thing back here. I was like, I should have not done that, but I love that one. And then I got sucked into a Trend Mood box. I got sucked into the Trend Mood box that had this little dealy bopper in it. So it was the one that had the first look of the Lightwork 4 pop palette from Danessa. So, and then it had some color fix. It had some other things in it, and that had a couple skincare items in it. So I'm putting that in here. I have not busted into that skincare yet, but honestly, I kind of figured I might pass some of it along to Jeremy, but I did pretty good. I did pretty good in not using up skincare. And let me tell you, it's felt so good to like use some of what I have. And I've already had a couple things. What was I just looking at that I had to throw out? It was something and it expired. I think maybe it was a sunscreen, and I'd used it up halfway and I was like, darn it, it's expired. And not just like expired by a few days. It was expired by a while. So I had to get rid of it. So I was happy to like not be doing that so much. Oh, Amanda, are you talking about the Isamaya mascara? Yeah, seriously. Like I think a lot of us have a lot of mascara. I think especially because there's so many like little minis that come as gifts with purchase that we just end up having a ton. Oh, good. I'm I'm glad. So I've talked to a couple people who were like, "Oh yeah, I didn't use it like that." And I don't know even how I saw it. I don't know if I was on the brand website or reading in the details, but that's how they say to use it. Okay, so let me go through the end of last year's goals. So one thing that I talked about was wanting to rotate my collection, and it was really about enjoying what I have and not necessarily about using it up, because I had just gotten done with Project Pan for the year and I did not enjoy it. I did not enjoy doing Project Pan in 2021. And so I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that in 2022. I just really want to use what I have. So I was talking for a while, I was doing weekly baskets of makeup, and honestly, it just takes too much time. So then I started doing the seasonal Shop My Stash, which I was pretty happy with. But then Mel is the one that told me about deck of panning. So I did do deck of panning for most of the year. I'll be honest, it once the popularity of the videos fell off on YouTube, I was like, well, I still want to do this for myself, but I'm not going to film it. And then I just didn't do it because something around then there were like so much makeup exploded the the month that I decided to not film it, that I was like, oh my gosh, I've got all of this new makeup. I don't even have time right now. So I fell off the wagon. I fell off the deck of panning wagon, but I do want to get back into it because I really did enjoy the fact that, it really made me rotate through my collection. It was fun. It was sort of like a game, using what I have and making it fun again, and then just remembering what I have. So I feel like it's a fun way to sort of go through your collection. So I definitely want to get started about that as well. Okay, so I think for me, like with deck of panning, I I don't know if that's what you're talking about, like goals here. So I think it was honestly just I need to take the time. I need to take the time to do it. And so I need to just put on my phone like the first Monday of the month, I'm just going to like take time in the morning and do it. So that's definitely something I can do in the future. So I also had talked in my video about wanting to start listing some things on Mercari, and I listed this many things. And honestly, for me, it's not about it wasn't even like, oh, I can make some cash. It was like I can get these things that I am not enjoying anymore, or honestly, like haven't even used, and I can get them into the hands of someone who really will use them. So I really want to do that. If you've ever done it, it just takes some time because you have to take the pictures, you have to put all the info in. So that is kind of a goal for this winter. Like I'm hoping that at some point I'll have some downtime and I can just like take a day and like do like a Mercari, like woohoo, any beauty lovers who think that they might enjoy these things. So I definitely need to do that. Oh, I love that. See, that's really a nice way to look at it. And that things that you have go out to hands of people that would love it. And for me, so I actually right now at my salon have two big bags of makeup. I have two big bags of makeup because I have some fellow hairdressers who are really into makeup, and I've passed along some things. I've, like given stuff to friends, but like IRL, as the kids used to say, like in real life, I don't have a lot of like super makeup fanatic friends nearby me. So I end up shipping stuff out anyway. So it's like, I might as well like ship something out and have a wider range of people who might be enjoying that. So, okay. The other thing is I said that I wanted to take a palette and do one complete look a week from using an eyeshadow palette, because I grab for my single shadows a lot, like a lot, because most of the time I'm like, oh, I want something fun and different and a little sparkly and a little shifty, or I know that I love these mattes and I can like curate that myself. But I was really sort of pushing my palettes to the side. So I know that I definitely did this most weeks because when I started doing my seasonal shop my stash, now I have palettes that sit right out here on my vanity and they're in my line of sight. So if you have a hard time using up some of your makeup, make sure that you have it in your line of sight. Like, and I love the look of a clean aesthetic of not much out, but it's also like if you don't see it, you don't use it. So I definitely found that by putting a couple palettes out, I was able to use them more. And then, of course, I still grab for all my single shadows, especially because with the BYOP series that I do with Kara from Beauty and the Frizz, I leave that palette out for the month just to be able to use it. Yeah, Amanda, sometimes I know that some creators do that. That also takes a lot of time. So definitely, like, it's something that I would do once I ever got around to like being that organized. So that's obviously an option as well. Okay, we must be talking about food. Oh, gumbo. Oh, Sansaray, you're killing me here. That sounds so good. I just have to say though, I ordered sushi. I ordered sushi to be delivered once this live is over. So Jeremy and I are gonna have a sushi night. I'm so excited. Okay, so the other goal for 2022 was to rotate my fragrances because I have a lot, and I was like, okay, I'm not using things like when I would grab them, right? It's sort of like a shop my stash for your makeup where it's like, okay, like Ellis Brooklyn Apres, for instance. That one is for me a very cold weather, a very wintry fragrance. And if that one gets tucked in the back of my cabinet, I'm not going to remember it. So I was like, what I need to do is shift things out. And I have actually done that. I have a tray that I put things out on seasonally. But now, actually, what I think I need to do is kind of like grab out two or three to like have somewhere else so that I always have something out and in front of me. And yes, I have enough fragrance to have like a whole tray and then have a couple somewhere else. So I think I might maybe keep one in the bathroom, or something where it's like, oh, I always have like one that I can kind of see for the week. Oh, now we're starting. And now we're starting to talk about fragrance. Stephen, I'm not going to even say sorry because fragrance is enjoyable. But I think Danny and I are also bad for each other because we've started chatting a lot about like, "Ooh, how's that one? How's that one?" It's like maybe we shouldn't be doing that. Okay, so before I get into my beauty goals for 2023, I just want to share with everybody that for the giveaway, and again, if you missed it, tonight's giveaway is a $50 gift card to Divina Cosmetics. It'll be an e-gift card, so I will just email the winner. All you have to do is in the description box of this video, there is a Google form. So I would love for you to like this video. That obviously helps me out here. So if you like the video and then go fill out the Google form. So that way you don't have to share any contact information here. It'll all be done there. So the only reason I need an email address is obviously to be able to send the gift card out to someone. So there's just a little bit of information they have to put in. I'm not going to be like emailing you weekly or anything like that. Nothing creepy. It's just so that I have that to be able to give away. So if you are watching this in the replay, you will just have to fill out that form. But if you could also leave a comment on this video, that will also help as well. For the people that are in the chat, obviously you're commenting right now in the chat. So for anyone watching the replay, leave a comment here and then fill out the form. And then for those of you that are in the chat right now, don't forget to drop those stars to get an extra entry for the gift card, and then fill out the form as well. Okay, so for beauty goals for 2023, and I'm going to try to keep this brief because what I really want to know is some of your beauty goals as well. So my first one is going to be to purchase no skincare again until towards the summer. And that's just because I've really been enjoying using what I have, using up what I have. And for me, it's like, I just want to reevaluate come summer where I am in my skincare and then go from there. But of course, if I need to repurchase anything, like I run out of my vitamin C or anything like that, then I can go ahead and do a repurchase, but nothing new. And I really can't imagine anything like maybe a sunscreen. I might need a sunscreen, perhaps. But other than that, oh, that was the other thing. I did lie. I did end up purchasing that Ilia serum, that like tinted sunscreen, niacinamide, whatever it was, serum. That was the other skincare that I did buy. Okay, so I bought a couple skincare items, but not much. And so I've just felt very good about this, but this goes along with the next goal is to organize my makeup cabinet. So I have a vanity right here with just 2 of the Alex drawers, and all of my makeup is in here, other than what's in here. So I have fragrance in this one, and then I have like my lipstick towers in those. But I do have a lot of backup skincare. Some of it's in there, some of it's in this like cabinet over here. I'm like, some of it's underneath my cupboard in my bathroom. It's like there's a little bit everywhere stashed away, and I just really want to take the time to gather out all the skincare, separate it by like cleansers, serums, actives, moisturizers, oils, all that stuff, so that I have like things that I can pick from as I go through things. Ooh, Deandra, sorry, not sorry. So you were like, I love this scent so much that I need 4 more just in case the zombie apocalypse comes. I need to smell good. So I was actually looking at the other ones that that we were talking about, and I was like, I might have to look. I definitely am very interested in getting a few things. Amanda, so I like it. I do really like it. The only thing is because it is a serum texture, and I talked about this in my video because I did a video comparing it to another sunscreen. Sorry, I'm starting to get hot underneath all these lights, y'all. So I compared it to the Shiseido sunscreen, the serum sunscreen that I'd been gifted, and it is a very nice serum product, but to be able to really get the use of it as a as a sunscreen, I think you'd have to put a lot more on than most people would want to with that serum consistency. So if you have drier skin, I think it's going to be better. I actually really liked it for like quick, easy. Like when Jeremy and I went, I took him to do that like glamping teepee adventure that we did this summer. And I took that because it was so nice to just be able to like toss it in my bag. It was great. But I think that for anyone with like normal to oily skin, it might be a little bit too much. And, you know, obviously the tint is only like going to work for 25% of people out there. So it was good. I don't think that I would purchase it again just because of the price of it. Oh, that's interesting. So I have to say, Amanda, if you're looking for one, this one's like busted. So this is my favorite. This is my favorite. This is the Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream. So what this is though, is this is a foundation slash tinted moisturizer. It's definitely more on the like tinted moisturizer side that happens to have some sunscreen in it. Whereas the Ilia, I believe, is definitely more hyped as a like skincare sunscreen that happens to be tinted, you know, so it kind of depends. Okay, so let's talk about lips. So I feel like this last year for me was a big lipstick year. It was a bigger lipstick year. The year before, I think I bought quite a few glosses. So this year, you know, was it last year? I did my huge like lipstick declutter, and I was like, okay, I'm really like down on lipsticks. I need to sort of like get a few new lipsticks. And of course, I bought several. I bought several. And I bought, of course, quite a few Lisa Eldridge when the whole like vinyl lip lacquer thing. I bought quite a few of those. So I really feel like between lip gloss, lipstick, lip stains, all the things, I've got a pretty good variety. So I'm really going to try to limit my lip purchases this year. So there are things like brands like Lisa Eldridge that will always be something that I know that I'm just going to want to purchase from because I love the formula. Like my dream would be that she releases more insanely saturated colors this spring and summer. And I would purchase a couple of those, but I'm going to stay away from purchasing all the things just because they're Lisa Eldridge. It's going to be about picking colors that I don't have in my collection and not just buying because I love a brand. And we'll talk about that. That's sort of like part of Stickergate, I do believe. Okay, so another thing that I just want to talk about is I definitely want to do Deck of Panning again this year in 2023, just because of the reasons that I was just talking about. I feel like it helps me rotate my collection. It helps me feel creative. It just brings back some of the fun of having a makeup collection. I don't collect makeup for collector's sake. That's not me. I don't buy things thinking that I'm just going to have them sitting out just because of the packaging or just because I love a creator or anything like that. I buy things that I know that I'm going to use, so I want to be able to use them. That's not judgment on people who do those things, by the way. It's just not what I do. Okay, so let's talk about my last one. And this is to separate the makeup from the emotion of how you feel about a brand, how you feel about a creator, how you feel about collector mentality. So I think that a lot of us relate to certain brands, right? Like whether it's we feel like we relate to the owner, the creative director, we start to have this like parasocial relationship. And sometimes I think that leads to wanting to support a brand, which is great. It's great to be able to support brands, but sometimes I think we maybe purchase more than what we would, or you know, that collector mentality. Oh my God, no, never, never at all. Dandra, that is so funny. No, but you know, I think that, girl, I love all the Davina just because everything is great. You know, and if there's ever been a time that I felt like something wasn't for me, I'm always honest about that. But you know, like I feel like, so let's talk about this whole Pat McGrath thing right now, right? So Monica Bell makeup, of course, I think most people have seen this reel where she showed that the special edition deluxe limited packaging of the Mothership Midnight Sun package that came out for holiday is a sticker. It's a sticker that they placed over the package. And of course, this palette was just on mega sale for, what was it on sale for even? Like $70? And then they do this, they do this like, oh, we have this limited edition packaging, and then they bump it back up to full price. So was it a ploy to get rid of old packaging? Possibly. Was it possibly that the team actually thought that Midnight Sun represented this Star Wars brand? Yes, that is a possibility. My only thing about this, though, is because we know that Pat has used stickers on her products. Some people flipped out over the mega palettes. I just put mine away. Over the mega palettes being a sticker. They're like, sticker. But the thing is like, for the price of what a mega palette is, I don't mind it being a sticker at all. Like, I love what's on the inside. I think that the packaging is still really, really beautiful. If you are going to have a product that you just discounted and you're going to hike it back up to full price and call it the special limited edition, all the things, and it's just a sticker that you popped over the top, I feel like that's a little bit misrepresentative. And it is a nice sticker. It's a thick sticker. It's an embossed sticker, but it is just a sticker. And I think that especially Pat McGrath has followers that really get into the collecting of it all. And that's great. Like, I think that if it was actually engraved in the packaging, or there was something that was a bit more special to it. Like, even, and you all know, so I'm just going to say it right here. Maybe you all don't know. For anybody who's watching that is newer here or doesn't know me, I am not a Pat McGrath super mega fan. I like a few of the products. There's not much that I've purchased at full price. So I don't have that like collector's heart for the brand, but I know that a lot of people do. But like, when the, is it Divine Rose came out in that pink package, and it's like, ooh, special edition. If you are a collector and it's worth it to you to buy a different package with a product that you already have, then go for it. Like, but when I feel like you just spent so much money to get a sticker, it's a lot. So I feel like it was just a little bit misrepresentative. I don't know. That for me, it doesn't hit home for me as being something that's like, it would be different if it was like not a palette. It would be different if it had been a palette that hadn't been discontinued. Let's say she chose Utopian Dream, right? At least that one hasn't been on super mega sale. It just seems a little shifty to do something on super mega sale and then slap a sticker on it and bring it back up to full price, in my opinion. So I want to know your opinions here. So I'm going to scroll back up. Now that Deandra's done busting my chops. Okay, so thank you, Sunsaray. So it was $77, and the one without the sticker is still on sale. Thank you. I appreciate you for being here. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, oh, hold on. Can I just get a side note here? I agree with Steve and Deandra. I think we need more Phantom Orbs. Yeah, so I agree. I mean, I think most people would be disappointed when you feel like you are getting special limited edition packaging. I mean, call it something else. Call it like, I don't know, special limited edition. I don't even know. I don't even know what you would call it, but maybe not a sticker. I don't know. It just hit me wrong. It just hit me wrong. And I think, this is where we have to remember that it is no brand is just giving out makeup to be nonprofit, right? They're looking to turn a profit. And so we just have to have our eyes open to that, and, really put your money where you think it's worth. And I'm not all about the cancel culture. Like, I'm not over here, like, I'm never buying Pat McGrath again, because I've always been the person who is like, I take a look. Usually I take a look to see if there's something that I vibe with, if there's something that I don't. Like, let's talk about Lisa Eldridge lipsticks. I love Lisa Eldridge. I love her formula. I love the True Velvet formula. I love the Insanely Saturated. Do I feel like I need every lipstick in her collection just because I love her as a makeup artist and I love her lipsticks? No. I think, but some people are collectors in that way, and that's what they want to do. But I'm not that person. So I think that, also there are the times that people, like, let's say, talk about creators, right? So a creator gets to do a collab, or even like a bundle of something that's already existed with a brand. And I think a lot of times people get caught up in their relationship with a creator. And I know that for myself, like, if I had people who, when I got to do the Pretties for Your Face shadows, let's say. So when I got to do those, if there was ever anybody, first of all, I did not make any money off of that. So I would try to be very clear about that when I did that. It was like, hey, this is not like a paid collaboration. This was just a fun little gimme for being an affiliate that I got to do those shadows. So it's not like I made money off of that collab. If you use an affiliate link with Pretties for Your Face, you are given store credit. So that's what you receive if you, or not an affiliate link, but an affiliate code. So I get money to use towards the brand. But if anybody ever bought Lovelies and Lovesbend just to support me, and because, like, if you don't like green eyeshadow, don't buy Lovesbend. It's a green eyeshadow. Like, I would hate to know that someone just bought something for that reason. And I would think that most people would feel that way. I've had times where I've had creators that I really enjoy that do a collaboration. And it's like, if it's like a matte lipstick, I'm probably not going to buy it. If it's a purple eyeshadow, chances are I might not buy it, like, although I am getting into purple eyeshadow more, but you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't think that people would be sad to know that it's not something that you need to. I think they would be sad to know that it's something that you purchase just to support them, or it's just going to sit in your collection or something. So, if there's something that you want to support, gift it out to someone if you're really wanting to do a financial purchase that way. So, I guess it's just that, like, taking the emotion out of it and looking at it from the side. And, I think that sometimes it really is. So for myself, like, from the point of being into having beautiful things and how much fun it is to have those things. So the recent, oh, hold on. I just want to, like, catch up with the chat here, because now everybody's starting to, like, pop up their pop up their thoughts here. Yeah, for sure. So if I'm not mistaken, the new one it's still not included in the 40% off, because I actually went on the Pat McGrath website before I came on, and the new holiday, the Star Wars collection, is not in the 40% off sale unless something weird happened. But I did put a pigment in my cart and it did not get discounted. You put brands on sabbatical. Is that like, you don't cancel them, you just give them a little time to think about what they've done? Oh, Steven, that's actually really smart, to see if they're new or if they're just older palettes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, so with the recent Terra Moons launch, so this is how this went. I think we just need to, like, take a pause sometimes when all the new fun things come out. So the new Terra Moons collection came out, and I'm talking to some of my creator friends, some of my beauty lover friends, and it's like, wow, those are all so pretty. And I'm talking to Kara from Beauty and the Frizz. We were like, like, messaging back and forth. What are you getting? What are you getting? Oh, these are all so pretty. Oh, I think I need them all. Oh, maybe I'll just get a few. Wait, is this part of the sale? I don't know if it's part of the sale. What's part of the sale? And it was crazy. And so I was like, no, these are all really beautiful. These are all really beautiful. Some of them are different. Like, would I use them a lot? No, but it would kind of run out my collection. I put them all in my cart. Put them all in my cart, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna like sleep on it. And if I still feel the same way in the morning, I'm gonna get the whole bundle. And then the morning came and I was like, I don't think I need the whole bundle. Do I need the whole bundle? And then I'm like, everybody's like, oh, I'm getting the whole bundle. I'm like, I mean, maybe I need the whole bundle. And then I was like, nope, I don't think I need the whole bundle. I think I just need to look again. I'm like, I'm just going to get a few shadows. And then I was looking and I'm like, I don't think I need anything. I don't think I need anything right now because I have gotten some beautiful shadows this year. And I'm like, I think I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait a little bit. It's not limited edition. So I'm just going to wait because it's full price now and it's going to be full price later. So what's the difference, right? So I was like, I'm going to wait. But if I had not waited, if I had given in to the emotion and the fun and I get to swatch all these things and I get to have all these things, I would have bought them all. Oh, Anara, you're another one that we're like, ooh, sparkly. Should we get it? So I didn't end up getting any of them. And, I think that there is maybe something about, we all have brands that we know that we're going to love the formulas consistently. And sometimes that's a big thing. I will say Terra Moon's formulas, most of them I really love, like hands down consistently. But it was totally in the excitement of the moment and the launch and everything. And also like, it's a lot of shadows. It was a lot of shadows. And it was that overwhelm. And usually when I get that overwhelm, I either buy it all or buy nothing. That's what happened with Cleona when they did their launch, and it was all the new formulas and all the new shades. And I was like, this is too much. It's too much. Wow. This is like researching for like a thesis paper. If I have to like go down the rabbit hole of like looking up all the swatches, looking up all the formulas, I was like, I don't need to do this right now. So I didn't end up doing anything. So I think that like a lot of times we get into the emotions of whether it's a brand that we love. Like I said, sometimes it can be a creator. We just need to like step away from that for just a second. It doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to purchase the thing, right? It's just like, I need to just take a moment. So I hope that makes sense. And that being said, I very well might go back and order some of the singles. I might decide like, okay, these are the 3 or 4 that I really, really wanted, because there definitely were some in that list that I really want. Did I need all of them? No, not at all. Okay. Oh, Aileen, that's really exciting. Thank you for letting me know about that. I've had Aileen on a hunt for a shadow for me for a long time. Okay, so I'm just gonna like throw out a just a generalized statement that I love that we're having conversations in the chat, but I love it when people stay respectful and kind to each other. So like, we all have our opinions and we can voice them all, but we can all be kind to each other in it. Okay. Oh, Stephen, they won't let you buy any of them. The thing is I think that sitting on it sometimes can be really healthy. Oh, Natalia, you're totally fine. Do not even worry about it. I appreciate you popping on in your commute. Okay, so Locke, can we talk about this right now? So, and I think Deandra's still in here. So I have to say, and I know that I talked to Deandra about this. I think it is great to have small releases or spaced out releases. There have been some brands, and like, I think, who was it that I was talking about? Oh, it was an indie brand, and now I can't think of it. If I think about it, it'll come out. And I was like, oh my gosh, this brand is sort of becoming the ColourPop of like the indie world. And I think that was a big part of why we all love indie brands, is it's usually more specialty items and less frequent. And I love that. But I have to say, like, when I was talking to Deandra about Davina's choice to not do a Black Friday sale, they did obviously the gift card sale, which again was so smart, because it's like, you don't have to go through that like Hunger Games of shopping, that, oh my gosh, what do I need to get right now? Like, I loved that so much because it sort of like spaces out the buying a little bit, and it doesn't give you that like FOMO, like, right? Like, or that overwhelm. I was like, this is amazing. There's not overwhelm here. People can purchase a gift card and have the option to shop at any time they want. They don't even have to use the whole gift card at a time, I don't think, right? So it's like you can just like do it. So I really love that. And I also have to say that I really respected the brand for making a choice to be like, hey, we're going to like hang out with fam, and that is more important than Black Friday sales. And I think that hello boundaries, like as a business owner myself, sometimes that's really hard to do. It is so hard to do. And like it it definitely shows you like a side of brands that maybe aren't just doing cash grab, right? Like the fact that it because I think that I would imagine, I mean, I'm not a makeup brand, but I would imagine that a lot of sales come from that push over Black Friday sale. So I think that I just really respected that. And I definitely took advantage of it. So congratulations. One of you gets to take advantage of me taking advantage of the gift card sale tonight. I just really think that there needs to be like a little less stuff and more thought that goes into it. And we as consumers need to also be asking for that, right? Like I think that that's a big part of it is, like look at, not to bring up Pat McGrath again, but look at Pat's holiday launch. What did I say there were? Like 19 items, 16 items, something like that. Like that's a lot. How about you give us 4 holiday items, 4 or 5, and we get to choose from that. Like it's just, I just felt like it was a little bit overwhelming. So, that kind of just to drop things. So to kind of round it back in, I think that for me, it is definitely going to be, be like taking that step to be like, okay, is this makeup that I really need / want? Or is it just the like excitement of it? Is it me just feeling something for a brand? And I have definitely at some points bought things from brands, because I love the brand. And I don't think that there's necessarily anything wrong with that, because sometimes you love the brand because it's going to be great quality. But sometimes now we have to start looking at who we're really buying from, I guess. Yes. Yay, Deandra. I'm so excited for you. Like that had to be so incredible. And you know what? Everybody deserves that time away and that moment. And I'm sure that was like a well thought out choice and, probably a hard decision. Oh, I cannot wait to see. I cannot wait to see. I mean, I'm obviously very biased, right? Like you all know that I love Deandra as a person, and I love the brand. I love Davina so much, and I I really just think that, when you get that consistent quality, uh, you know that you're going to get a good product. Yeah. Oh, okay, Danny. I am telling you, just about everybody that I have talked to, I'm like, listen, Phantom Orbs is one of those sneaky collections. It's like, you're like, And then when you get to touch them and you get to use them, it's like, oh my gosh. Yes, absolutely. I do think, need and want is different, but I don't necessarily think it is bad to buy something just because you want it either. Um, because at this point, I'm not buying anything that I need probably, other than when I go through like a skincare, right? Oh, yes. So, Aileen, I have to say the same thing. I really do like that as well. I like when we see sneak peeks, because then you really get some time to decide about it. And I like it when you see sneak peeks that aren't just, that is the thing about Pat. Well, I keep bringing up Pat, but that is one of the things about Pat McGrath is the only thing that you see ahead of a launch is the advertising, right? The copy. It's her very edited videos, like, which, a lot of it is for the sexiness, the glamour of it, whatever, but it's not like a true look at what the product is. I like to see swatches on real skin, real people showing it, swatches on multiple skin tones. I like to see somebody with oily skin use somebody with dry skin use something. I'd like to see it used a little bit if we can. So I really like it, when brands do that. Okay. Looking here. Everybody's giving Deandra some love. I love that. Okay. All right. So let's see here. What are we going to do for our secret word tonight? I didn't plan this one out ahead of time. So tonight's secret word for the giveaway is going to be thoughtful. So I think that that's a good one. So in the giveaway form, you will have to put in the secret word, and that is going to be thoughtful. So I think that really that's probably what we're all striving for in the next year, is just to be thoughtful about purchases, about how we treat humans, about how we treat our world, right? About how we treat ourselves. So I think that that's a good one for tonight. And for anyone who is coming into the chat and missed it, don't forget to drop your stars in the chat to be able to win tonight's giveaway, which is a $50 gift card to none other than Davina Cosmetics, which I swear, Deandra and I did not have this planned out. She did not know that I was doing this giveaway tonight. Okay, so what I would love to know is, what are some of your goals for 2023? Do you have anything that you have sort of like been thinking about, something that you have as a goal for yourself? It doesn't even have to be beauty related at all. I would love to know. Let's see. What do I have? Yeah. So I was saving the best for last. I was saving the best one for the last of my Livemas, and it's exciting that you're in here. So I am talking about this in my upcoming BYOP. By the way, for those of you that got to see the little sneak peek of my BYOP, I was so concerned that I was not going to have time to do this month's Build Your Own Palette, which is, what did we do? Oh, it's our year in reflection. So we're doing a palette of 10 shadows that represents our 2022. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to get this done. I got it put into YouTube and I sent it over, and I was like, even talking about it last week, and I was like, oh yeah, this isn't the last week of the year. And I changed the date in YouTube to have it launch, but it still launched on the previous week. I don't know what happened, but some of you got to see that video and I took it down because I was like, it's a week early, so you'll get to see it again on Thursday. So that one will go up. But in there, I talk about, my goal for the year, and how like one of my goals for myself is like space, like space in life, space in my head, like open space. And, so that's just in general for me is like a big goal for the year. I just want to finish a foundation. Aileen, I love it. Hey girl, you can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. All right. Mel says, this year my goal was to inventory my entire makeup collection minus singles, and I did it. That is incredible. That is incredible. I could never. That's a lot. Okay, so Anara, yours is to be more mindful of choices. Yep. Okay, Stephen, your goal is to actually make a budget and stick to it, not to be restrictive, but to be purposefully set aside for fun money and makeup. I think that that's great. And, I don't think that there's one way to do a goal. And I think that goals can be revisited as time goes on, because sometimes our needs change, and I have never been a like no buy or like this is how much, because I just start to look at the things and go, okay, I've got enough of those things. Like, let's calm down on that. And so, but I know that, for like budgeting, first of all, it's so great for a lot of reasons, just to, be able to like have that specific amount. And it's like, okay, I think that, again, that's one of those things that makes us pause and look at like, okay, is this the thing that I want? Because this is my budget for the month, and this is going to take half of it up. So is this going to be, it just really makes you pause for a second rather than just like click, boom, done. Oh, well, I'm so excited. Congratulations for him. I mean, that's definitely a costly thing, and it's a great goal to have, to be able to save and help. And that's kind of you to do that. All right. Oh, okay. So, oh my gosh, Mel, you're killing me here. 2023 is to inventory with photos. Good for you. That's great. Okay, Christy, thoughtful and curated purchases and not buying something because of FOMO. Yeah, definitely. I mean, so like look back on the year. So look back on the year and think, was there anything? Because I'm trying to think of anything that was even like limited edition, right? Because sometimes I think that's where we get caught up is like limited edition things that we can't get forever. But I'm just trying to think if there's anything that I didn't buy right away that was limited edition. And the only thing that I can think of at all that I didn't buy, oh, there are two things. So the House of L palette from Adept. I love that color story, but I knew it wasn't something that I would utilize a lot. And I was like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And then I kind of regretted it. And then they brought it back. And I was like, yes, it's my chance. Then I was like, actually, I don't think I need it. I mean, I have not tried Adept yet. And so I was tempted again and I didn't do it again. And I was like, I'm living without that. The other thing was the Odin's Eye, one of the two holiday palettes, not the blue one, the other one. I was like, that's really pretty, but I probably don't need it, but it's super pretty. And it sold out like so fast. And I was like, oh, that would have been a nice one to have, but I don't regret it at all. Like, so I think, especially when it comes to not limited edition items, you know that you can get them. You know that you can get them down the road. All right, Regina, your goal is to let go of expired eyeshadow palettes and read 100 books. That's incredible. That's great on both accounts. On both accounts. I am definitely trying to read more. I've been doing a lot of audiobooks now that I've been out on the road traveling for work again a lot. But there is just something about having an actual book in my hand and reading and taking the time for that for sure. Anara, your non-beauty related is gaining confidence in my profession because I'm finally graduating in a couple months and I'm super nervous. Anara, I'm so excited for you. I know it has been a long, tiring journey for you. So I am super excited for you. And I know you're going to do amazing things. Okay, for Linda, organization and inventory of what you have, no quick rash purchases. Use up your skincare and makeup before trying new. All right. So another goal for Mel is to purchase thoughtfully and lock shared a page that makes monthly purchase trackers. Yeah, for sure. So I think Stephen does that as well. And I think that that's a great way to be able to see like just habits, just your own habits. All right. Danny says that her habit is to declutter some of my collection, save for a car. That's exciting because you do have your license now, right? I think you said in your video the other night that you did get your license. And establish a small list of brands to treat yourself to throughout the year. That's great. Okay, Christy, you met your goal of organizing your small vanity so that the setup consistently works for you. That is great. And I feel like a vanity is like a kitchen where if you could, you would sort of like reorganize it a couple times a year because all of a sudden one day it's like, why do I have this here? This is not where it needs to go. I don't grab it all the time. And then I've got the thing that's my favorite that's like in the back of the cupboard. So I applaud you for that because it definitely saves time and just makes for a more enjoyable experience. That is great. Okay, Kat, yours is to just have better habits and routines. I mean, that's great. Like, I think that we all really want to do that for sure. All right, I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. While we have more of these coming through, I just wanted to say, so I obviously announced the winner of the 3K giveaway. Congratulations again, Linda. That one's going out in the mail tomorrow, probably. I'm so sorry, y'all. I was seriously struggling this morning. It was not fun. But so that will be going out. But for the rest of the giveaways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until this giveaway closes, which will be a week from today, which I believe is the 2nd of January. And then I'm just going to do one post on Instagram and here announcing the winners of the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Okay, Natalia. So your goals are to pay off as much debt as possible, use all of your makeup at least once, You have way too much unused stuff and might do another no buy. And you want to be more intentional as in as many areas as possible. I think that that's great. I definitely think that using like for a big portion of the world, here's the thing, for a big portion of people who wear makeup, not having things in your collection that you have never used is probably like, what? But for a lot of us, I bet we all have some things that we haven't used. Um, I honestly, I would like to try to go into, and I talked about this in my top winter palettes video. I would like to go into some of my palettes and use shadows that I have never used. Like, how do I have some of these palettes that have shadows that I've like never used? This is crazy. So I definitely want to do that. Also, on the track of goals, we all tend to have like eyeshadow palette declutters maybe, but how often do we do eyeshadow single declutters? And for those of you that maybe don't know, I'm just going to say it now. No, I'm not. Some of you probably already saw it in my video, but I think that next month's BYOP theme is going to help with this. So it's going to be a great one for some inspiration. Not the one that's going up this Thursday, but the next one. So you'll have to check it out. I'm not gonna blow it out of the water. Okay. Yes, Danny, I love this. Curated is the word for 2023. Collections, people, vibes. Absolutely. 100%. Oh, Kat, you regret not getting those Odenside Christmas palettes. The one was definitely cute. I would love to see them do a re-release, but now at this point after the holidays, I was kind of surprised that they didn't. I'm just wondering if they were like so popular that they were like surprised. Although it is also kind of nice to see brands that say it's going to be limited edition and then it actually is limited edition. Okay, Amanda, less time and money spent on makeup, more on the daily and relationships, and be more active with your community. Those are great goals. Okay. Locke says beauty capsule edit 2023 for me. I also did my personal yearly vision board. That is awesome. I usually choose one word that is written in the middle of my vision board. Yeah, that's a great way to just have that focus. Absolutely. Danny says, 2023 goal, more coffee and upscale your home barista skills. Yeah, now that you got that new sweet machine, you got to use that for sure. Oh, Natalia's got more. Exercise regularly, read more, and hopefully travel at least once. So I definitely have to say that basically all of those are things on my list. For me, it is really like seeing, like just needing to have strength and movement in life. Like, and Natalia, I know that we've kind of talked about this, man. It's like, you hit a certain age and you're like, oh, things are good. And then you like 1 year goes by and you're like, good God, what happened? I wake up and I'm sore from living. So it's like keeping our bodies strong to do all the things that we want to do. Like I think about all of the things that I want to do, all of the places that I want to travel, all of the things that I want my body to be able to do for me down the road, and I have to treat it well and be strong for sure. Yes, Deandra, I love this. Beat ColourPop in launches. I would love that. That would be amazing. Let's do it. I would really, really, really love that. Hey, okay. So I mean, like, are we talking about money wise or like frequency wise? Because Deandra, I hope that you don't do that. But would I love to see you get ColourPop numbers? That would be amazing. Maybe not, maybe more curated in your launches though than ColourPop, right? Oh, hey Liz. So Liz says, I've only just in fall started to do a seasonal palette space and it was really great. I want to keep doing that along with my sort of shop my stat basket, which was useful this year too. Yeah, it's so great to just have a few things to grab and go. Honestly, for me, sometimes my shop my stash was just like time saving in the morning because it was sort of like Squirrel Kelly couldn't go like, ooh, pretty thing. Well, I mean, I could, but I just chose to like, oh, here are these things right here. You totally can do a full face. Just like concentrate on this and get to work. Okay, we will do it. Aileen, let's do it. Yeah, so okay, Deandra, you should do some lives for sure. You should definitely do some more lives. I personally would love to do I would love to do a live with you this year. So if you're cool with that, let's put it on the books. I have some things in mind. Also, since we did a Queen of the Crescent palette, we still need to do we still need to do a King of the Crescent palette. I think that would be a lot of fun. I probably would have to update your favorites at this point anyway, I'm sure. Okay, Lisa, thank you for hopping in, by the way. I saw you pop in earlier. Stop buying new makeup I know won't work for me, like powder or matte foundations. Yes, yes, for sure. And we do it because we keep being like, maybe this will be the one. Maybe this will be the one. Oh, Linda, good for you. I have done that very rarely. Okay. Uh, Deandra, I will hold your hand. I will help you through it. So if you want to chat, we can totally do that. I think that you would do great. I know that you've done some Instagram lives, so let's talk. Totally, for sure. We're setting up coffee dates. I love it. Okay. Locke has a makeup related goal. Evaluating your relationship with makeup, separating the emotion from the product. Yes, like I was talking about, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, girl, for real. For real. That that cardio life, I'm like, "Oh my god." Okay, I'm gonna, like, scroll down here. I feel like I got behind. Okay, it's a date. We'll do it. Deandra, I'm gonna DM you after this, and we can set up some time for sure. All right. Well, I just got my DoorDash notification that Ashlyn is on her way with my sushi. So that probably means it's time to go. But again, I just want to thank all of you for taking some time out of your night to spend it with me. This live miss has been a lot of fun. I enjoy getting to sit down and chat with all of you. Speaking of, Deandra's over here talking about DSLR phone. So my new MacBook, I have not been able to get the driver set up to be able to like get my Canon DSLR to work, but it will be by the next live. But I figured since we're just sitting here chatting, I could just use my MacBook anyway, which I feel like actually has a pretty good camera. So I just wanted to ask all of you in this last live of Livemas. I will not be continuing with one live a week, but I wanted to know like how often do you all like to see lives? Like I personally like to do a mix of both. I like to do some pre-recorded and some live content. But I feel like this is just such a great way for us to get to chat and for all of you to kind of hang out together as well. It's just a fun little party time for all of my lovelies. And I would definitely like to do that again. So you'll have to let me know here. Would you like to see one once a month? Do you want to see one every couple weeks? Something like that. I definitely want to keep these going. I know for a while there I was doing quite a few, but I know that a year and a half ago, life was different for a lot of us, and we had a bit more, I don't even want to say free time, but more home time, let's say, so we could do that. So I would definitely love to do that. And then what I would probably do is just kind of like set a running date, maybe like change it on occasion, but just have that set on the calendar. All right. A lot of people are saying once a month. Cool. That sounds great. So, and obviously, I mean, if I do end up doing more, nobody's like, nobody has to come. You all don't have to come anyway, but I love it when you do. So I just think that it's fun for us to just like all touch base and hang out and, you know, really get that time together. And I really appreciate it. I truly, I know I say this like, but it means so much to me that you all take time out of your day to come spend it here and, really have a conversation. And I think that in the future, I know that I definitely want to have some lives with some of the creators that are here in the chat. And I'm looking forward to, talking to Deandra more, because we got to get her on camera more. And, it'll be fun. And I think that it's a great way for this community to just build a stronger bond and really share with each other, share our experiences, share our opinions, and, really just share our enjoyment for makeup and beyond together. All right. So again, don't forget, if you haven't dropped a star in the chat to get that extra entry for anybody who came in here at the end of the video to win tonight's giveaway. If you missed the secret word, you'll have to watch the replay. But congrats to all of the viewers. I will make sure to be posting that next week. And thank you so much. This is tons of fun. Don't forget to like the video. It'll absolutely help me out here. And I look forward to seeing you all very soon.